Okay guys, welcome back to another episode of Non-League to Premier League here with Bath City. Just a quick update here on the table. We're sitting here in 9th. Respectable really for Bath. 19 played. We've won 9, drawn 4 and lost 6. We have recently been on a poor run of form. If you take away the Hampton and Richmond game, we haven't had a win in the past 5. Because before this, I believe, was our cup exit to MK Dons, which derailed our season, as before that FA Cup game, we won a win of 5 in the row. We find ourselves outside the promotion spots, although we're not really too far off, only a point or so behind. Dagenham and Redbridge pretty much have already won the league. They're so far ahead, and they don't look like stopping. Every time I look at their form, it's win, 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 win. In today's episode, we're going to take on Enfield Town, who in the league are 13th. So this will be quite a hard game. We should be playing almost full strength lineup here. Still waiting really. Rain's expected to be back ready for the next game. Gibbon's still a few weeks away. We all know Smith's out for the rest of the season. We've been forced into a bit of a rotated lineup here today. Our team was getting very tired yesterday, so a lot of our key players aren't on the pitch at all. So a rotated side today, but a capable side. So hopefully we can pull this one off. And like I always say, we need to get this winning streak going. It's in desperate need now for the team if we want to push for these promotion spots. Personally, I'm not overly 100% sure if I even want to get promoted. I know from previous FMs, once you get promoted, you almost need a full rebuild. Players in this team ready for the next division, probably only really is going to be Windsor, Jenkins, Davies and Tilson. The rest could probably play at that level, but at a low standard within that level. But I expect an overhaul in the summer anyway. As always, big clubs youth players get released, and it's a good opportunity to get some signings in. I have absolutely no money, no wage, no anything left currently on this Bath City save. So if I wanted to bring anyone in to try and push us towards the end of the season, it would have to be a loan where we're not expected to pay any money towards it. So I will be setting up a scouting network. I've put an advert out to bring in some scouts, and then I'll be setting up a scouting network, probably within Europe, just to look at the free transfers that are available, even if that's only for the start of next season. It looks like a bit of a cagey affair these first 4 minutes or so. Both teams giving the ball away cheaply, but Bath are getting the chances. Keto Diar was becoming more of a mainstay in the squad. Fish, I think, should have scored that. He seems to be able to play multiple positions, so he's a really handy utility man, which is exactly what what a lower down squad, very thin squad. Once they've filled out the main 11 on the bench, I don't have many reserves, and at the moment all the reserves I do have are pretty much injured anyway. So players that can play in multiple positions are more key at my level than experts in one, which sometimes can leave you short here and there, but it's served me well so far. 10 minutes in, quite a few highlights here, quite a lot going on. Like I said, a lot of cheap possession being given away, but that is a great win in the air by Fisher. Now you have Keto. Keto will drive to that byline. Who's he got on the edge? Bauman there. Choose to shoot miles over, and 10 minutes in so far. Even game, really. Bauman getting a bit of a run out in my team as well today. Russ and Beardmore being allowed to rotate, allowed to rest. And that ball played into James Davies. And how has he missed that? If I had to pick a worst performer this season, it would be Jenkins Davies. He doesn't seem to be overly too much on the ball. And there he swings it in, easily defended. Ash now to Jenkins Davies, tries to play it to Ash, just loses the ball. Collected deep by Tilson, out to Keto. Keto plays it back to Tomlinson, out to Keto again. into Bauman. These options seem limited for Bath, being pushed back. Enfield Town defending well. Bath picking through the gaps. And an absolutely dreadful shot again by Ash. With some of the goals we were putting in the FA Trophy against Margate the other day. And then you look at these long shots, miles off target. Can Bath City string together and a good attack here. Brad Ash into Sweeton. Sweeton out to Ash. Bowman. Fisher. Keto. Takes on his man. He does drive to the box. Plays it across. Well saved. And another awful shot. It goes miles over and miles wide. I've been debating tweaking my tactic, especially my out of possession tactic here. I think Matthews and Keto should drop back and we should go to flat back 5, or potentially Keto and Matthews drop and Tilson stays in a CDM role here and we push one of these CDMs up to centre mid. A lot of the goals we concede come down the wing, which is expected because our wing backs are always pushing on and it pulls our centre backs out and then our shape's ruined. So having a better defensive structure may really help the team. Bath's just playing around the back. There's a long ball, and that's brought down brilliantly by Fish, absolutely brilliantly. And I said it earlier in the season, Fisher could be fighting to this team because he's our only proper backup striker, and that ball's brilliant to Fish, and he just wings it before the defender, and it's an easy tapping for Ash to put Bath City 1-0 up with 10 minutes of the first half left. We have played good so far, you can see by the stats, we're starting to pick up, we're starting to dominate. A win's a win for us at the moment to really get us going. Brad Ash is an important figure here. Wins has been absolutely brilliant this season, but he deserves some rest. He needs some rest, so we've given him some rest. And Ash and Fish really need to start today. And that's coming in for the half time there. A good strong performance in the first half, and please be clear the goals. Let's see what we can do in the second half, shall we? As Enfield Town kick off here at Twerton Park Stadium, or as it's now called, Cannon Clark Stadium, due to an awful advertisement deal that we've done. I mean, money's money at our level, so that's it, but I prefer it as Twerton Park, and I will refer to it as Twerton Park, although this looks nothing like Twerton Park. Twerton Park doesn't have this many seats, I'll tell you that. Slow start to the half here. As Baths once again try and play it out the back. That's a long ball. Fish is not going to get on the end of that one. And Enfield Town's keeper, Cont, not the rude word, picks up the ball. Plays that long to Matthews, headers it clear. But Enfield Town break down now. And this is the first time I've really seen Enfield Town with potentially really dangerous attack, and he lumps that in whilst Richards wins it in the air. And Bath City most likely will play it out the back again, and he does, out to Tomlinson. Tomlinson's a very good defender, especially in real life watching him. And he ain't had many chances this season because I have watched Batten and Parcell be absolutely brilliant. But Tomlinson getting his chance in so far, he's done good with his chance, and he is a capable backup for us. Very capable. And that's a ball from Bauman. He drops that now. Enfield will have a counter-attack here. You can see it. It's almost a 4-on-3. They've played it slowly back, and Bath City are getting back into position. That boy over the top's dangerous to Davis. Davis now cuts it back to Leonard. He's going to whip that in. And it's gone in off the post. And that was a good bit of build-up there by Enfield Town. I thought they wasted their opportunity to counter-attack. But luckily, he managed to pull it back and a wicked cross in. And I said Tomlinson didn't make any mistakes, but that was his fault, I believe, at the back post there, being beaten to the ball for Enfield Town to equalise. Batten to Keto now, to Fish. Out to Keto now. To Bauman, looking side. Batten, Tomlinson. Through the line, Sweeten's there begging for the ball open. Batten now over the top. Fisher's not going to bring that down, but Bauman's going to not throw it at Fisher. An absolutely brilliant goal by Fish. The experience on his head to read the play here as that ball drops back into the midfield. Bauman has the knowledge and the accuracy on that header to play it through the two centre-backs, and Fisher just slots it round the keeper to put Bath back in the lead at 2-1 up. Bath now, we're looking good in a strong position. It's one of the first times we've got to the 60th minute and majority of the team's not overly tired. And we might have another chance here now with Matthews out wide. What does Matthews do? He's got to play that in first time, surely. He comes back on his left foot, he's played it in, bounced around, and it's fallen to Louis Sweeten to put us 3-1 up. Bath now, taking a hold of the game, we've taken the lead, we're doing well. And we're going to look to make some subs. We don't want to leave a tired team out there, we've done that before. That was definitely a mistake. Alves is going to have to come off Matthews. Greenslade will come on at wing back there. And I'm tempted to take Ash off. We're going to give Windsor some game time, potentially. Or Jenkins-Davies. Do you know what? Jenkins-Davies doesn't do enough. And I've been all about trying Windsor in this calm position. So we're going to try him out for the last half hour in this game. And the ball's still in play. None of the subs have been made, but it has now. We've kept that one sub. There's potential for someone else to come off the pitch. But I need to keep that in case of Carter injury. But this is what Alves should run. Was that a bonal cross he's just done there? Either way, he's gave possession away. And this is ringing on how Enfield scored their original goal. They picked up the ball and it was a counter-attack. And there it is, Reynolds to Youngs. Youngs needs to be stopped here. Reynolds wasted opportunity that over the bar. Don't think he realised how much time he had. He could have took a touch and drove into the box. But we're coming up to the last 20 minutes or so now. A good performance from Bath to be 3-1 up. With Fisher having an absolutely outstanding game. His importance to the team cannot be overlooked. And we're coming up to the last 10 minutes now. Bath City getting a lot of bang for their buck here. We have been dominant. But as we've seen in the past few games, dominance doesn't always mean stuff. And here comes Greenslade now over the ball. Edge of the area, plays it short to pass out to Ash. Absolute waste of a free kick. It's not the first time I've seen us try and do that kind of free kick routine. It's clearly not working. Last 5 minutes plus added time coming up. We find Alves on the ball in the Enfield's final third. Alves plays it into Sweeten, who's had a good game. Alves off the bench comes inside Bauman and it's flipped off Windsor. And Windsor, in that cam roll, gets a goal within a few minutes of being off the bench. Whilst Jenkins-Davies hasn't won a lot. That was a very, very lucky goal there, which I believe we will see here. I believe it actually came from a deflection. But we played it round, Bauman's hit it. Nope, straight into Windsor, and he looks like he's deliberately knocked that in off his chest around the keeper. And 4-1 up now with only 5 minutes to play. It looks like we will walk away with a league win. Our first in what feels like forever. With the whole team there playing well. Fisher, Bowman having an especially good game. Those two players are technically not even main team, they're rotation players. Windsor off the bench getting an important goal. We don't want us to lose focus. That's one win. We need to start picking up a streak of wins. And if we look at the table now, we have gone up to 6th. Here, Bath City. We've jumped up to 6th. Horsham ahead of us have played a game extra. So if we win our game in hand, we will be up to 5th in the league. So we are currently fighting for a playoff spot. And that will be it for today's episode. You will join me next time where we will be against Maidstone United. This is another big top of the table clash here as we come up against second. If you did enjoy this video, please leave a like, please subscribe, and I will see you next time for more non-league to Premier League.